Welcome for episode 9 of our Hero Quest painting series. We're going to be doing the tome and the fireplace. Super easy. Short video, super easy. First off, I want to say thank you to our YouTube members, and I'm going to give preference to our YouTube members what they want to see painted first. So obviously send me a message of what you want to see painted, and I'll make that happen. We're going to be doing the fireplace as well. Super easy OSL technique we're going to be doing here. If it's your first time at the channel, or if you're coming back, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell so you don't miss anything. We're going to have some crazy stuff going on. Without further ado, let's go. We're going to start with the tome first, and we're going to scrape off all those nasty mold lines and impressions. And I'm using a square file because it just makes it easier. Once that's completely done, we're going to take some of that black primer. I'm using an airbrush, and if you have an airbrush, please use it for this, and you're going to see why on the fireplace in the next little bit. But we're going to spray that all with black. Once that's done, we're going to take a dry brush of Dawnstone, and we're going to be very liberal with this and hitting it all over the place. Next, we're going to take another dry brush of Longbeard Grey, and we're going to again hit this very heavily. Don't be shy with this, and get it all over our tome. Finally, we're going to do a very light dry brush of Praxeti White, specifically on the top of the miniature. Grab a nice little piece of old sponge and dab it into that Castellan Green and just start going random places all over the place, all over our tomb. Once you're satisfied with however much Castellan Green you want, we're going to move on to Straken Green and do the same exact thing. Now you don't need to put it on the same exact spots, just in random areas. Finally, we're going to use some Averland Sunset in random areas, and if you've watched some of our other videos, you know it's a very good technique I like to use to make things look nice, but very simple. And that's going to be it for the tome. Super easy. We don't want to overdo it. Looks pretty nice. And moving on to the fireplace. Here comes the crucial part of the fireplace. This is the make or break it. Hit that whole thing in black primer or black spray paint. Now, if you do not have an airbrush, you can use a spray can. And I'm going to be focusing this white on the fire, the flames itself, and moving around it, keeping those dark recesses dark on the top and away from that fire. And you're going to create that nice highlight that you're going to see how we're going to do here in a second. For our brick, we're going to be using some Guilliman flesh, about 3 to 4 brushfuls, and 1 brushful of Magos purple, and mix that up nicely into a little well, and that's going to give us our nice red brick color we're going to be using here in a second. With that color we just mixed, we're going to be putting this all over our brick, so obviously all around it. You don't have to worry about the backside because I didn't. You can if you want, but I kept it black because that's the color we want. We're keeping that nice dark ominous look for this fireplace. So let's put it all over to those bricks, and don't be shy with it. While you're doing this, take a second to head over to our Instagram at nerd.nights. I'm going to have some giveaways coming up here pretty quick. I'm going to be doing some contests. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff, kind of interchanging with Instagram and YouTube, doing some live videos. I want to start doing live videos on a certain day of the week. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments section below if you actually want to see that. To darken up our recesses just a little bit, we're going to hit some Gryph-Charger Grey on the top and on the edges around our mantle area, just to give it that nice little tone look, as if those flames are going to be giving out that nice bright look, and you're going to see that here in a second with the technique we're going to use. For those logs, hit some Cygor Brown real quick. And for the mantle itself, we're going to do a 2 to 1 ratio, 2 brushfuls of contrast medium to 1 brushful of Basilicanum Grey, and we're going to paint those mantles. And we want to do this in succession, so we want to do this first, followed by the flames next, and we're going to kind of wet blend those two colors together, and you're going to see how we create this OSL object source lighting so easily using these contrast paints. No more 50 million paints you got to use. This is easy, and I will show you here in a second. Using your Iyanden Yellow, hit those flames and start dabbing areas around it. I'm going to be using the stippling technique, which is basically jamming your brush into the areas you want to go, creating a stippling effect. Do not use a nice good brush for this. Use an old crappy brush that you have just kind of laying around. I'm going to be going around the mantle area, around the logs and the bricks in the front. And as you are making this, you're going to see that white is going to start sticking out from obviously the flames in the mantle area, and the OSL is going to really start shining through. That it's going to kind of create an illusion with your eye, thinking that flame is actually bright, and it's actually very cool, but super easy to do. Once you are satisfied with your awesome flames that you just did, we're going to take some Abaddon Black and we're just going to paint the canvas in black. Again, I'm going for that dark, ominous look where we wouldn't be able to see the portrait if we were looking at it because it's so dark. The only light you see is from the flame of the fire. For the frame of that, though, we're going to use some Dryad Bark and just make it, you can draw a picture in there if you want, but I'm just going to keep it that ominous look. Just that flame is our focal point of this miniature. And that's it. That's it. It's so easy. I'm sure it looks fantastic. Send me some pictures on IG. I like seeing everybody's work, and a ton of you are sending me pictures of your work, and I love it. I love everything that you guys send me. And this is the reason why I do it. Well, thank you for watching. If this is your first time, hit that subscribe button. Again, I want to do some contests coming up. I want to do some live painting videos with everybody so I can chat with everybody and talk while we're doing it live. But until next time, paint on.